Mm.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
We back. We back. Hey, we back, y'all.
We
Welcome
back.
to
We back.
another episode of Vibes and Convo. Come on in. Come on in.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
What's good? What's good? What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Vibes and Convo, where we champion everything and all things that are R&B. And this week we have an illustrious special guest brought to you by way of San Diego. This is one of the dons, one of the kings of Dago, if you ask me, especially when it comes to the DJ game. Keith, tell them who we got, brother.
Man. Man of many talents. You know what I'm saying? I always look at it like being at two places at once. This is that guy. This is that guy, man. And yeah, man, a lot of us that came up learning from this individual here, special individual here. You know, no other than my man, Billy Knight. DJ Billy Knight is what we know him for. Yes,
Y'all give
sir.
it up, DJ Billy
Salute.
Knight. Y'all in the building, man.
And I
Happy to have you.
kind of got my R&B look on today, so it makes it makes sense. It wasn't planned that way, but when I
That's all
heard the
right.
word R&B, I'm like, oh, here we go.
That's all right. That's all
Let's
right.
go.
How you guys doing, bro? How you guys doing?
Blessed, man. We're
Man, we were
blessed.
pretty good. Pretty good. How about yourself? How about yourself? You
Hey
know?
man, it's been a rough couple weeks. You know, I had some things. My wife's sister passed away.
Oh, condolences, brother.
Then
Condolences.
my best friend, DJ friend, passed away this week. So
Oh.
it's been crazy, but you know we're getting through it, staying positive, and
Exactly.
it's all good. All we could do is move forward and you know live through them. You know
For
what I
sure,
mean?
man.
So,
Yes,
My
indeed.
deepest condolences, brother. My deepest
it's
condolences.
Yes,
all
yes,
good.
sir.
It's all
Any
good.
any
We're
any,
Sir.
any doggone life is doggone gonna hit you like that. So I get it, bro.
correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
But
Yes.
we're
Yes,
good. I don't want
indeed.
to start off like that, you know, but you guys asked me,
It
so
was
hey,
yeah, no
I
problem.
had to let you know 100. So
No
Hey.
yeah,
problem,
it's,
brother.
it's all good. We're getting through it, you know, just staying positive, and even coming on, you know, these podcasts uh and talking about different experiences is like even helping me out, you know, because I get to tell my story, and you guys ask me questions, and it feels good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, one thing, I've done a lot of podcasts, but
Mhm.
I've never been in a music video. So
That's
that's
crazy. That's
I've
crazy.
been asked a million times to be, and I always turn it down, bro. I don't know why. I just never want to be in a music video. Well, what's good though? What are we
Man.
doing?
Okay, so this how we're gonna start off, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing a who, what, and when, right?
Yeah.
Who, actually, you know, you start off with your name, but we want you to start off like who you are, right?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get into where and when, right? So we're
Okay.
gonna start with who, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna say where are you located,
Yeah.
and right now. Let's go. Who, what, when.
Okay. So you want me to?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
who
sir.
is
me.
it's DJ Billy Knight,
100.
Mm-hmm.
aka Mr. Key to the City.
Already.
Um, where? I'm from San Diego, but I've been living in Ensenada, Rosarito, Mexico for 12 years now. And when did it all started? It all started, my DJ career started right out of high school, man. 1992.
Shout out your high school. Shout out your high school, man. What high
I
school did you
got
graduate
two.
from?
I got Mission Bay High School and I got Mount Carmel.
Okay, 100.
Shoot.
Shout out Mission
Okay.
Bay, Mark Cormel, man. Y'all can
Okay.
claim this one. Y'all
Yeah.
can
Come
claim this
on.
one.
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Oh, they know. They hated me in high school, but now they, you know.
Isn't that how it
Yes,
always start off,
indeed.
though? They
Oh,
hate you, then they
man.
love you later on.
Right. Like Mike Jones said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Already, baby. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. You already know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, Timo. You wanna start off? Or you want me to start?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay. Um, what we want to know is how did you make your way into radio? Right. And then
Um,
you can say what station you work for and all like that.
yeah,
But how did
yeah,
you make your way into radio?
bro, it's a good story. Um,
Mm,
I had a club back in the day, legendary club called the BK Lounge, in San Diego. We were so anti, BK stand for, Word and Bond. It wasn't Billy Knight. It was my
okay.
brother, WB, Word and Bond. That's what BK stands for. A lot of people don't know that.
Uh-huh.
But we had a club. We were underground hip hop, man. I'm talking, we did not play anything on the radio. If you wanted to hear something that was on the radio, you would go to Blue Tattoo.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted to hear DOS Effects, even a new Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
anything, you would come see us first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was so anti that. Then later on, I was working for a record pool called King Size with DJ Rags and DJ C's.
Okay.
Um, we actually got an opportunity to get on board of a new radio station called 98.9, Blazing 98.9, which
Mm,
which we were broadcasting out of Tijuana. So I actually drove to Tijuana, Billy Blast, all of us were over there. I actually had to drive to Tijuana every night to do my show
Damn.
across the border every night.
How was that?
yeah.
Well,
Right.
back then it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
It wasn't as congested. And it was a point where there was even you just gotta know the times across the border.
Yeah.
And there was times when there was a guy that had bicycles at the border. So you parked your car in San Diego, copped a bike on this side, Tijuana, rode the bike across, and then gave him the bike and got in your car and went home. That was like very easy, you know.
Yeah.
You didn't have to wait in lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I had that opportunity. Um then the station started blowing up. I was on at night at 9, the 9 o'clock bomb with Yessie Ortiz. She went on to be a Power 106 host, and she's done a
Okay.
lot of different things.
Okay.
So we start getting bigger and bigger, and DJ Rags had the 5 o'clock, the drive at 5, the spot that every DJ in the world wants.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him just saying, "Hey man, can you fill in for me like today at 5 o'clock?" And I was like, "Oh my God, man, this is it. This is it. This is my chance."
Jeez.
And the thing is why I get so many props from radio is because my program director let us play a lot of stuff that you would never hear on the radio.
Okay.
So it made me look great. All the other
Yeah.
stations were playing the same 10 songs,
And you were
you
breaking
know,
records.
and
Mm,
I was breaking records.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we don't fix them, we break them.
Hell yeah. That's what's
mm,
up.
mm.
You know what I mean? So, like, I got the opportunity to do that, and then, man, it just took off. Rags ended up quitting the station, and
Mhm.
the station moved to San Diego downtown. So I went there every day. I was on the air every day at 5 o'clock for years, and just got the opportunity. Actually, got nominated for West Coast DJ of the Year
Mm.
Snap.
um, in 2007. They flew everybody out to Dominican Republic. They have the awards there. I didn't win, but I was nominated. My
That's that's
brother.
still that's still an
Yeah,
accomplishment. Still an
yeah.
accomplishment.
So that was big for me. And that was all based on radio. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really how I got started. I mean, my dad was in radio my whole life, also at the jazz station,
Okay.
called K-Joy here there in San Diego. So, he was an accountant there. He wasn't on air. Like, I had no interest in being in radio, like, nothing. Like, radio was corny to me. But when I did get
Mm,
on radio, it opened all the doors in the world for me. I got to travel the world just because radio. You know, it opened my eyes. I was just that guy that was like, I'm hip hop. You know, I'm not playing that jiggy stuff. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm keeping it round. We got Tim's on, fatigues,
Gutter.
dreads. You know what I'm saying?
Gutter.
They used to call us the Tunnel West.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. That's
Yeah,
what
they
it
used to
sounds like.
call us the Tunnel West.
Yeah.
You know, like the tunnel in New York City.
Yeah.
So that's what they compared us to. Yep.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Sheesh.
Hey,
But radio,
deep
go ahead.
down,
Yeah.
I'm just trying backtrack off the origin story or whatever. Deep down in the back of your mind, when you got that shot, be honest. He was like, "Oh, y'all done messed up, man. Y'all done fucked
Yeah.
up. It's
Yeah.
on
When
now."
when I got that shot,
I know you were like,
for
"Ooh,
people
y'all
to
went."
hear
Right.
me all over San Diego
Yeah,
instead of just coming to the clubs to hear me DJ,
yeah.
because we didn't have the internet back then like this. You know what I mean? You couldn't just go live and the whole world would see you, you know? So when I got that, yeah, bro, it changed my life. To be honest with you, radio changed my life, and radio is still relevant, man. I mean, you would be amazed how many people still listen to the radio around the country. If you go down, even if you go down south, deep down, people turn on that radio. People put in
Sure.
those CDs. You
Mm-hmm.
know, not everybody has a new car, you
Sure.
know? So over here, I listen to the radio. You know what I mean? I pop in because I want to hear my boys on the radio, people I know. You know, it feels
Right.
good.
Right.
And I can call in and get my little shout out, you know, impress my family when they're driving in the car, you know, turn on the radio, and the next thing you know, my family's getting a shout out on the radio. So yes, it's still relevant, but you're right. It when they called me in for that position, bro, I was happy.
That's what's up.
Come on.
That's what's up.
Come on.
All right, Billy Knight. Now you're pretty well traveled. It's safe to say, correct?
Yeah.
Being a DJ, you're pretty much seeing all parts of the world, been everywhere, right?
Dude, I
So
just got my flight canceled yesterday morning to Dubai.
ah,
And I mean, we know why we ain't supposed to be in
yeah,
Dubai, bro.
exactly. I know you're sick
But
about that though.
we paid for the flights, so we were supposed to be there,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, I've traveled
uh-huh,
everywhere.
definitely.
Yeah.
So my question is, well, with that being said, what do you notice are the significant differences, not just within not so much just R&B music, just urban music, or what we call urban music nowadays in general in different markets? Do you see certain markets gravitating to certain things more than others? And in your opinion, where do you think R&B lies with all that?
I mean, honestly, R&B's lacking right now, man. Like, you know, we need to get back. We need writers. You know,
Right.
we need Key said he's been writing, but we need writers. We need writers talking about like their breakups and what happened in their life, all the troubles they had.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
not R&B like rap R&B. You know what I
Yeah, 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 yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
yeah.
we
I
we
Right.
we
got you.
don't want we don't wanna hear, you know, you popped bottles at the club, you got 19 bitches, you know, we wanna hear some real heartfelt
Yeah, yeah.
R&B, bro. Like,
Real life.
that's what the world is missing right now,
Real
and I
life.
notice when I go into these other markets, it's still missing there, you
Yeah.
know? K-pop is the biggest thing in the world, and they're copying our culture in a way and just taking the void that things that we're not doing and making it become like really popular, man, and a demand for it. You know, like I listen to K-pop and I'm like, dude, this sounds like Dwele or somebody. You know, like I be tripping out, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's definitely a void around the world.
Mhm.
Um, in the different countries, in the different states for R&B. There's no groups anymore. You know, we need a nice solid group, you know? A group, man. That's what we don't have. We
Mhm.
definitely need a R&B group. That's what's lacking
That's
too.
great take.
I just DJ'd
Great
last
take.
Sunday playing in Oceanside at a RM brunch. playing all R&B, and it was the best time I've had DJing in a long time because everybody sang the songs word for word. I could literally turn the music off for 10 minutes and they would sing the whole song. And I was just playing all R&B. So people want it.
And they were
You know,
still on beat, wasn't it?
they was still, yeah. When I
As soon as
brought
you
it back
cut,
in,
I think
yeah,
they were right on it
yeah,
with it.
right,
That's what's
right.
up.
So there's still, it's they still want it, bro. I mean, last Sunday just verified it, you know? And it was more of our generation, but the new generation doesn't know about that kind of R&B, you know, because they didn't grow up on it. They grew up on the Chris Browns and, whoever else, and no disrespect to them, he makes great music, but it's not the R&B music that we grew up on.
Right,
You know, the artists that came out when we were coming up took a page out of the guys coming up from the 50s and 60s, R&B. And the people in the 2000s did not, you know what I'm saying?
right.
They just ran with their own agendas. So no disrespect, they make great music, but it's just not the type of R&B I want to be laying in bed with my girl,
Yeah,
you
it
know?
doesn't resonate the same.
No,
Just doesn't resonate the same. I
not at all.
completely, I so understand that. That's
Yeah.
refreshing hearing that from a man of your caliber because we
Thank you,
have these
brother.
discussions all the time. And as
Yeah,
much as I've traveled throughout the years, I've seen glimpses and pieces of that also where people just don't, they just don't put the two together.
right.
They just
Like
don't
you
put the
don't
two.
like R&B cats used to get discovered in the McDonald's parking lot, bro. You know,
Yeah.
Tyrese, a Pepsi commercial. You know what I'm saying? Just different. It's just different, But we always have to go with the times as well. We have
Yeah.
to stay relevant. But there's no reason you can't make. One thing that really upsets me, but I mean, he did what he did, and I don't judge people for what they did. The people that make music,
Okay.
that's like the music's a whole nother part of them. But R. Kelly needs to start writing and give these kids music, bro, because he was the coldest writer in the
Period.
world to me, you
Period.
know. Whatever he did, whatever, but as
Exactly.
far as his music was just nobody could write like R. Kelly, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Billy Knight. Appreciate that, man, dog. We don't do
You're
R.
welcome.
Kelly. We don't do R. Kelly stand on our platform. We always speak to the art.
Yeah,
Everything that we do on this platform is always speaking to the art. What the person did in their personal life, the gossip about it, we can
right,
stay as far away from that as possible. We got enough
right.
people out there doing that. We're trying to champion this art form that we love so much because we know at any given time it can be taken away.
Any given time tomorrow's not promised, bro.
That's right. Most definitely.
So it's like I don't judge that man for what he did. I just like his music was just incredible.
Exactly.
You
And it
know,
still resonates. Even when's the last time he dropped anything? And all that catalog, you can still put it up and it still resonates now. Still
yeah.
it's like that
I
now.
mean, there is, we kind of did cancel him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's times where I go DJ and you can they don't want you playing R. Kelly.
Yeah.
People will come
Facts.
up to the DJ booth like, "Hey, we canceled him, bro," and
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, "No, you canceled him.
Exactly.
I'm still gonna play Step in the Name of Love
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this is rocking."
Yeah.
Keys hit me and said he's having power problems.
Yes, yes, yeah. But he'll be back on in a
It's all
second. That's all
good.
right. We
Okay.
got
All
this.
right.
We
All
got
right.
this. It's all good. He'll
All
be
right.
back on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. But R. Kelly, man, he's definitely one of those ones that you can't
Go.
discredit his art no matter what you
Go.
do. You can't.
Go.
And I've been in a lot of those. I've been in a lot of markets myself or whatever. Where people still champion R. Kelly regardless.
Oh
Not so
yeah.
much the
Yeah.
man and what he
Right.
did, just the music itself.
The music.
Like
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. You play certain R. Kelly songs, people are gonna move. They're not gonna.
Right.
Some people are just gonna shut up and listen to it
Of course.
because it
Every
takes them
time,
back
bro.
to a time and place.
Yeah. Every time. I mean, but if it's kind of funny because if you break down the songs and really think about what he's saying, you're like, oh man,
I know,
damn,
I
bruh.
know, but
Like,
But there's not one R&B artist from that era you can't do that with if you really think about it. Like some of them
Right.
some artist songs didn't age
Yeah.
well. They're still hits.
Didn't age well.
But when you
Right.
break it down lyric wise or whatever, that would
Yeah,
probably be
right.
up to question right now.
Yeah, but R. Kelly made timeless music, bro. Like his
Period.
music's gonna for the rest of our lives is gonna be like up there on a pedestal, bro. He's just, if he could just write for somebody, man,
Exactly.
take somebody under his wing and just write, that artist will be the biggest artist in the world, bro.
Most definitely.
And he's in jail. He has nothing else to do. So why doesn't he just write? I
I
don't
know.
get it.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it, bro. Like,
Yep.
but hey, he's doing his thing, whatever he's
Yeah.
doing. But yeah, that's about it, man.
Most definitely, man. And I'm still playing for the brother, man. Man, one day he'll get back to that day of promise or whatever. But he's going through his walk right now. He's got to go through it.
That's right.
So R.Kelly, wherever you are, shout out to you, man. I hope you get better. I hope you see this through, brother, and get back to the music any way
Yes,
as you
sir.
can. I hope you do.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Before we get stuck on this R. Kelly rabbit hole, move on to another question.
Okay, it's all good.
Most definitely. Billy Knight, you being from Dago, how much of a influence has Dago had on your style of DJing? I would say, and more so, how your approach is to the art of DJing.
Man, that's crazy because Diego, was never really influenced me, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
nothing in San Diego influenced me for DJing. I got my DJ. I DJ Premier. A lot of DJs from New York
Yeah,
is where I watched every day, and I wanted to be like them.
I feel you.
Um, there was nothing really in San Diego that really I could look. I mean, there was some DJ like Cutfather, rest in peace.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
There are some people that I looked up to, DJ
Yeah.
Rags,
Yeah.
but as far as really like DJing
Mm,
and trying to emulate somebody's style was definitely
mm.
New York.
Okay, got you.
So
Nothing wrong with that.
I would bring that style to the West Coast, you
Most
know?
definitely.
Because honestly, back then I just thought the music was better, you
Yeah.
know? There was just way more artists
Mm-hmm.
than artists coming out on the West Coast.
Definitely.
Loved West Coast music,
Mm-hmm.
100%. But, I was into, Brand Nubian and Das
Yeah.
Effects and,
Yeah.
so many Redman and
Huh.
just so many artists from there.
I
It
know.
just kinda Hey, was welcome back.
I'm back.
We got Keys in the building, everybody.
Most definitely.
So yeah, I just, San Diego, yeah, I was never really influenced on the DJ end
All right.
of
There's nothing
San
wrong with that.
Diego. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Your influences are your influences, sir.
Yeah.
Most definitely. But shout out to the people that came before you. You
Right.
still showing
And
love, recognizing the guys that came before you.
Yeah,
DJ Rags.
DJ Rags,
Yeah.
Cutfather, DJ Gray Boy.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
there's a bunch, man. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shout out to Dago, man. Dog, you still a product of Dago, no matter how you want to cut it or slice it. So
I still got hey, my tag is still Mr. Key to the City,
already,
regardless.
man.
Yeah.
Already.
They can't take that away from me, bro.
Oh, definitely.
All I can do is hand it down to somebody else, but I haven't found anybody like yet,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's all right. We're gonna see you on one of these music videos sooner than anything. So I think that's more likely gonna happen before you have to pass the torch. So I'm
That's
speaking
right.
into existence.
That's right.
Right.
That's
Let you get
right.
your shine
Right.
on.
Well, actually, I am. You're right because that's why I was taking a client to Dubai. He wanted to be the first Mexican. He's from Texas, first Mexican artist to shoot a music video in Texas.
Yeah.
So I was taking him out there. This happened. So now we're going to Tokyo now. So we'll call it what did he say? He said something funny. I don't know.
It's all
But
right.
yeah, it was what was the phrase he said? Something about Mexico's instead of Mexicans in Dubai, it was Mexicans in Tokyo or some shit like. So yeah, we're going to Tokyo now. So
Okay.
Mm.
That's what's up. I
and I
can't
and
wait
I
to
and I
see it.
and I and I had already taken this artist to Dubai about 10 years ago. I had him perform in Dubai, along with a San Diego artist, Biggie Babylon. I took about 10 artists there from around like to Dubai, you know, to perform. We perform at like 3 clubs, did a little circuit. You
That's
know,
what's up.
we never been to Dubai, so it was cool.
That's big. That's a big deal, bro. No matter how you slice that, just
Right,
being there alone.
and he appreciated me so much, he called me and was like, "Bro, like, I wanna shoot this video in Dubai. I cannot go without taking you,
Yeah,
know? You have to go with me."
yeah.
So I was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it." And like, I didn't ask him for no money. He was just a solid dude. So I was like, "Bro, let's just go. I just give me my flight, you know, buy me a couple ramen, some ramens and some whatever, and we there." You know what I mean? I'm not tripping. So, yeah, man, like that's how I am though, you know? It's at the end of the day, it's not always about money. Money does take um it takes money to make things happen, you know, and people sometimes don't realize that. So when you're asking for money, you're not asking for money to go out and buy a new car or go out and buy some new clothes. It's money to go put the production on whatever
That
you're
part.
doing. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
if he didn't offer me a flight, I wouldn't pay for my own flight to get
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's just not in
Right.
my budget, you know?
Right.
So yeah, that's
Hey,
about
hey,
it.
that go along with what I say all the time, Key. Just to keep it a buck, you never stop
Mhm.
sacrificing for real.
Right.
You never really stop. No matter what level you get to, you're
Never
gonna
stop,
have to
stop.
sacrifice at
Yeah.
some point.
Yep. Fully.
Unfortunately, I've being a DJ, we've sacrificed many relationships, bro.
Yes.
Being an artist, you
Mhm.
sacrifice many relationships because you got late hours, you know. There's
Yeah.
always, you
Yeah.
know, they always think it's funny because they always think DJs get all the women. But bro, we gotta pack all the equipment up. We gotta, you know what I mean? By the time we get
Y'all
out
like
of
the
there,
last ones to
last
leave
ones to leave, you
Yep.
every
know?
time.
Yep.
Unless you got your boy out there scouting,
That part. Or
you
or even
know,
if you
but
do, or even if you do have something, you probably got scooped up by then because they didn't got
right.
impatient
Yeah,
waiting for
it
you.
was over. It was
And
over.
the crazy part is I bet you like you don't even have time to really talk to people like while you disconnecting and you putting your stuff together, you like, hey,
Exactly.
Nah, bro.
one
I
second,
hate
like let me get
that's
all
my
this
main
down, man.
I hate talking to people
Mess
when I'm
around and leave
doing,
something
bro.
because you got distracted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's too much going
People
on.
wanna have a whole life conversation with me when I'm DJing,
Oh
bro.
yeah, for sure. Cause you know, in the DJ, you the focal point of the night. You running
Oh,
everything, so everybody want to prove to everybody that they know you.
that's
Right,
crazy.
but it's like, "Man, let's talk about that tomorrow."
That
Like,
part.
I gotta entertain these people right
That
now.
part.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's why
You
all my
know,
DJ friends, I don't care how cool we are, like when they DJ, I let them DJ.
Right,
We'll
thank you.
talk when you take a break or
Yeah,
after,
thank
like,
you.
right.
yeah, but nah, DJ man, do your thing.
Right.
So Billy Knight, in your opinion, what makes a good booking agent?
A good booking agent, somebody that can book you, get you booked
Mm,
constantly, getting you the right gigs that fit your style of music. You know, not putting you out there in a crowd that doesn't resonate to the music that you make. So
mm,
you kind of, if you're an opener for a headliner, you kind of got to make the same type of music that the headliners do,
mm.
or else it just doesn't work. You know, a lot of it's pay to play. You know, I got major labels hitting me up to get their artists on South by Southwest, Coachella, Rolling Loud. So it's definitely pay to play
Mm,
for the booking agents, and we just take a percentage. I'm a booking agent, so we just take
mm.
a percentage. I don't ask you for an upfront fee or nothing. It's just a fair 15%. You know,
Right.
and that's it. But yeah, a good booking agent keeps you booked. You know, if
Mm,
you're not getting booked a couple times a week, then they're not doing their job. You know.
okay. See, yeah, because and that's good info because like we get a lot of artists on the show,
Mhm.
like and just speaking to some of the like the PRs and some of the managers, that a lot of them are kind of, I guess, still doing double the job. You know,
Yeah.
some
Oh
is the
well, yeah.
PR, but then they're booking too. So it's like, you know, a lot of work on their end.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Wait. Oh shit.
That's why it's important to stay organized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Well.
okay to write stuff down. Like, your memory ain't as good as you think it is. Like, we got all these
Well.
tools at
Man.
our disposal. Use them.
Well.
Yeah.
A lot of times the artists get managers, but don't have nothing to manage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So you don't like if you got nothing to manage, why do you need a manager? You know?
Exactly.
And and
Exactly.
um and also a manager's not your investor. You know, a manager's just supposed to get you, move you around, get you interviews, get you out there, put you out there, and then get a percentage.
Exactly.
But a
Present
lot of
opportunities.
yeah, a lot of
Present
artists
opportunity.
yeah, a lot of artists try to do it all. And I tell them like, you gotta just focus on being an artist and that's it. So that could be your focus. So you don't get sidetracked. You're not answering emails. You need an assistant. You don't need a manager. Get an assistant
Mm.
to send emails, to send texts back, stuff like that. Because when you know, and even with me, like I don't like talking to artists. Like when I want to book them for something, send me to a manager, you know, send me to
Mhm.
an assistant, someone, you know,
Mhm.
if they're ready for that in their career. A lot of people get managers just to say they got a manager so they look professional,
Exactly.
but they got
Uh-uh.
nothing to but they
That's
got, like I said, they got nothing to manage,
uh-uh.
you know.
So
So
it doesn't
Eh,
last long, right?
no, it
If you
no,
don't.
don't have nothing to manage, it won't last long, right?
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
no, you don't even have a song out that you're promoting, but you got a manager.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
it's just gotta make sense. Like, if you hire me to be your manager, then I have to the money that you're paying me, if you're paying me to be your manager, because there's 2 ways to do it. There's a way to get it on the back end, there's a way to get an upfront fee, and there's a way to take a percentage. It depends what deal you work out with the artist,
Yep.
you know? I
And
Right.
that's what
gotta
a real manager knows. That's how a real manager will operate too.
right. And you
Most
just,
definitely.
you know, some like the artists that really trust you, they're just gonna give you a flat rate and pay you every month
Yeah.
for whatever you do for them.
Yeah.
And I'm in a
Mm.
situation like that now, but I just, you know, I make sure I'm doing stuff. I'm even doing other stuff for the artists because they're so busy, you know,
Exactly.
just to help
Yeah.
out. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
not just it's just not a money grab for me.
No. No.
You know what I mean?
You
So
believe in
I
the
want
brand, you trying to help build it any
right,
way that you can. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
And that's just
ex-
being solid as an individual anyway. Whether you
exactly.
invested in
Right.
it or not, you don't want to see this investment fail or what you
No,
believe in or what you put your name behind to fail. So
Right.
if you
yeah,
can, or
because
you're in a position to do so, you're gonna do a little more.
yeah,
Right.
my mentalities if you know they blow up, I blow up.
There you go. There you go.
So
There you go.
you know
There you
I
go.
gotta put 2 feet in, you know, so
Exactly.
we can get it popping because if you know, it's about longevity, bro. It's not about let me get this quick bag
Yeah.
and try to do something for you and then bounce. Nah, let's go together, take some money and just, you know, you might not have the biggest budget in the world, but let's not put it all on one thing. Let's just, you know, little
Man,
bit at a time,
yeah.
Mm.
month
We got
by month, and build a momentum. Because
exactly.
once you build momentum, people start seeing you, and when they start seeing you, they're like, "Oh wow, this guy, I see him everywhere." You
Yeah.
know, it's just like when a major artist comes out with a new album, you see them
Mhm.
everywhere. They're on the
Right.
Tonight Show. They're
Right.
on
Uh-huh.
TMZ.
Mm.
They're
That's
Exactly.
on, you
true.
know,
Breakfast
their
Club, et
manager and
cetera,
their
et cetera.
publicist gets them everywhere.
Exactly.
You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? So, you
About
know,
to
it's a protocol, bro.
about to change your name from DJ Billy Knight to Pastor Billy Knight.
Hey,
Preaching it
man,
right now.
bro,
Right. Right.
when it
Deacon
comes
Billy
to this
Knight, if you
when
will.
it comes to this stuff, it's just natural because I've lived it.
That's
You
what's
know,
up.
I'm not talking about something that I'm not experienced in. You
Exactly.
know, I don't go Google or use AI to find out my information.
Uh,
My mentors have platinum plaques on their walls. You know what I'm saying?
talk
So
your shit. Talk your shit.
I'm getting my information from people that
That
our
doing it.
favorite artists
I have
that
done
brought
it.
them up and broke them.
Exactly.
You know, our favorite artists, you know, so
Right.
That
that's
part.
where I get my information, and I travel across the car. When you sit in the car with a mentor from here to Texas, believe me, you're gonna find out some interesting information, bro.
For sure.
It takes a
Right.
long time to get to Texas.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Mm.
Oh, yes, it does.
Jeez.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Appreciate the game, man. That's all
That's
game right there, man. You
it's
can't pay for
gem.
this.
Yeah.
It's
Those
all
are
good, man. You guys
gems
wouldn't
right
have me
there.
on here if you know, you didn't trust my words, you know what I'm
For
saying?
Right.
sure. For sure.
Right. It's an
Exactly.
honor to be on here.
No,
Man.
definitely, man.
Honor to
And
have you,
gratitude.
man.
Gratitude.
Man. Um, what do you think the difference um when it comes to DJing now in 2026 versus let's say when you started?
Okay, bro. That's easy.
Mm.
When I started, we had vinyl records, okay? There was two types of DJs. There was a house DJ and a hip hop DJ.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't afford to be both because you couldn't afford to buy all those records, first of all. None of us had it like that, bro. So
Mm.
we were one or the other, okay? Now, little Teddy next door in the apartment complex has the same hard drive that I have with
Mm-hmm.
all the same music on it.
Mm-hmm.
So back then, you were who you were by the records you had and
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you played that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're the man. I
Yep.
could play 2 records that the other DJ I was
Didn't
DJing with
have.
didn't have, and I was the man,
Yep.
and I was, like, the best DJ in the world,
Yep.
and that's how it was.
Yep.
There's no wow factor anymore when you go out and hear a DJ. And last Sunday, I DJ'd at the R and Brunch, and it was that like that. It was a wow factor because I was dropping stuff, and people were like, "Oh my god." You know, I dropped,
Mm.
for instance, this is a R&B, everybody singing the words, turning the music off, everybody just singing. I
Right.
played "It Ain't Over Till It's Over" by Lenny Kravitz, and they went fucking crazy, bro. The DJs even came up to me and was like, "Dog, I have I forgot about this song. This is" they stopped
Yeah.
they made me stop the music, got on the mic, and
Oh
it was
man.
like, "Yo, you guys gotta fucking appreciate this. This guy is digging it," because I was digging in the crates, bro. And my friend that passed away, the set was dedicated to him, so I
Yeah.
was really
You was
focused, bro.
you was on the time shit.
I was doing
Yeah.
it for him,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
set
Mm.
was for him, 100%. So I was playing what I thought he would like, you
Yeah.
know, and I knew he was Japanese, so his taste in music
Oh.
was
Yeah.
incredible, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Japanese love the black hip
Yes,
hop
they.
culture. You
Hey,
know,
hey,
he
hey,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
hey.
grew he grew up over here, and, I went to high school with this guy, man, and I just I had to play that set, but that's the difference, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
the difference is just, you have a controller now, you have a hard drive, you have a laptop, and you have a terabyte of music on one computer, bro. So
Yes.
at any given time, when I'm DJing, I can play anything. I can go
Mm.
from Arab music to French to African all in one set, bro. You know,
Mm.
before I didn't have that vinyl.
Mm.
There was never a time where I had an
Yeah.
African
Yes.
song on wax.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Right,
so
right, right.
so
So
that's the
technology.
difference. It's technology, you know, but
Technology.
Mm.
the
Technology.
downfall is that everybody has the same music.
Exactly.
Nothing's original anymore. Little Teddy's mom bought the hard drive off of Amazon, and, somebody like me probably sold it, and they got all the
They got
they
all
got
the
all the
songs.
music. They got all the songs. They don't have to go look for the songs because the songs handed to them. I used to travel. This is another thing. So I was so into hip hop. The vinyl that I had, that must be Gaps. The vinyl that I had, and gas prices
Yes,
are high
sir.
right now, bro.
Yes, sir.
So I used to look at the back of the records. They had who produced it, who wrote it, like everything. So what I would do, I would literally take a piece of paper and write on a notepad all the samples and who made them.
Yeah.
I had a K-Tel record player. It was one of those ones, the Mickey Mouse,
Oh,
plastic.
yeah.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
those?
Yeah, I remember
They had a
those.
little needle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I had a pair of Sony headphones, the little Walkman. I
Yeah.
travel around the country with those 2 things, go into, thrift stores and get all the original samples,
That's
and I did that for
genius.
years, bro.
That's
So I had
genius.
everything, all the jazz, because they sampled all jazz.
Oh, yeah.
So I had every jazz sample and every jazz artist imaginable on
That's
vinyl, bro.
crazy.
Oh, man,
That's crazy.
you'd have been my best friend growing up, man. As much as I used to live in the
I
record stores.
Yeah, I
Oh,
used to, yeah, because I knew at the record stores it was gonna be too expensive, and they probably
yep.
didn't even have, these artists,
Mm.
So Donald Byrd and, the list goes on.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I just literally thrift stores had them, bro.
Yeah,
You
man.
go in there, some old lady passed away and
Yep.
her
Left all
collection went to the thrift store.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Man, so yeah, I kinda had a problem. You know what I mean? Like, that was like a big hobby for me, bro,
But
you
I
know?
assume like when you showed up and you're DJing and you're making your mixes, like when people
Oh,
hear those
when I
samples, I
came
know they
back
were like, "What is
when I
this?"
came back and I had those records, bro, like, people were amazed because what I had a club that I did where I would play the original, and then I'd play the sample or vice versa. So I'd go into the sample and then play A Tribe Called Quest,
Yeah.
and then I'd play fucking the original, and they'd be like, "What the" I was educating people,
That's what I was
you
gonna
know?
say. That's like,
Exactly. And
It was like
yeah.
being at school.
yep.
Here at the restaurant, I play a lot of old school music, on YouTube while we're working. Soul samples. I even have a 3-hour mix on YouTube.
Right.
There's a younger kid that works for us, and bro, he was like so amazed with the music he was hearing. He thought Drake, he thought all these people made that music, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like, "No
Mm, mm,
way. That's
Yeah.
mm.
somebody else?"
Yeah.
And I wanted to hit him upside the head, bro. But
Mhm. And
I
that's
was glad because he could go tell that to his friends,
Yeah.
and tell them, "You know what? This song I just heard by, whoever that's out right now, that's not them. They didn't make that beat.
Mm.
exactly.
Somebody else, a jazz artist made that beat."
Exactly.
Right.
So,
Yep.
it's I was educating people and I didn't even know it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Definitely.
Honestly. I was
Yeah.
just happy to have the songs. I didn't know I was
Mhm.
educating people
And if
at
you ask me, now's the time for that. That's the niche now. That's the way you can stand out now as a DJ.
Well,
If you
yeah,
noticed, if you
yeah,
notice the DJs that are really getting really a lot of pull right now, they're blending certain records together that people would have never thought in a million years to blend
never
together.
thought.
It's because they
Yeah,
got they're knowledgeable already.
right.
They're
Yeah,
thoroughly knowledgeable already.
and then technology is letting them to be able to do that on the
Ex-
fly now on Serato.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
can do
Right.
that type of stuff when you're DJing. With
Yep.
vinyl, you never had that opportunity.
Exactly.
You know what I
Mm.
So with technology, you could put a Prince song over a Too Short beat,
Yeah.
You could put a Prince
Yeah.
acapella and
Yeah.
have Too Short blow the whistle playing in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And, uh, my thing is, I respect what they're doing. It's called a stems. So
Yeah.
you could take out a
Stem.
Oh.
beat or you could take
Take a
out
stem
the
from here,
lyric.
stem from there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't always approve because this is for you, Key. The
Mhm.
songs have to be in key. If they're not in key, just because they match and are the same
Yeah.
BPMs, don't mean they go together, bruh.
Thank you.
Just because they're the same
Thank you.
BPMs do not mean they go together. They have to be in key.
Man.
If they're not in
DJing.
key,
This is DJing 101 right here on Vibes and Convo, y'all.
This is
DJing
right.
a
101.
that's
If
If
y'all
they're
not,
not
if
in
y'all not,
key,
If you're not hip
They
to what
don't
he's
go
talking about
together.
right now, you're not a real DJ.
Right. You know, you can mix them out of key, but it has to sound good. But mixing acapellas over other instrumentals have to be in key, bro.
Oh
Why do you
my
think they
God.
made the song?
Oh
It
my
was in
God.
key. That's why it sound like it sound. You know, because a lot of these records, like you mentioned, they're
Yeah.
off. There's something. It's a little
So
bit off.
Exactly.
yeah, and that's interesting
Exactly.
that you say that because like I'm thinking now, I'm like, so well, I can ask that, but then I feel like you giving them the game a little bit, but
And
always
I'm here to give them the game,
I'm
bro.
always wondering
I'm
like
not a
how
gate. I've never been a gatekeeper.
That's what's up.
because I was
That's what's
always
up.
wondering how DJs would do that. How
Yeah.
what would keep them on track as
See?
to mixing it in key. You know what I
See,
mean?
Well,
Like
see,
actually in Serato, they put when you load your music in Serato, it
mhm.
gives you the key for each song.
yep,
So it gives it to you. All you gotta do is look at it, bro.
yep,
And
Oh.
it's color coordinated, purple, yellow,
yep.
orange, red.
Oh.
So it's right
See,
there in front of you. You know,
see,
they say the game is to be sold, not told. Some things you gotta tell, bro, or this generation won't advance.
So
exactly.
so in other words, when DJs do that and they got Serato and they're DJing and then you hearing the song and it's like the key is not in the right key, they're
Right.
just doing it even though they got the information in front of them, they're
'Cause
still
they
doing
Yeah,
it
reaching.
wrong.
they're just
In the
being
moment, they
lazy.
just reaching, being lazy. They
Oh
reaching.
man.
But to the regular listener out there dancing, they're gonna just their thing is gonna be like, how did he play Prince with Blow the Whistle? That's all they're worried about. They
That's
don't
it.
even care that it's not even on beat. By the time
Right.
they hear the song, they're
They
like,
don't.
"Oh my god, that's incredible." But they're
Or,
really
or,
not
or they're too
listening.
drunk
It's
anyway.
kind of off. It's kind of off, you know? But
Yeah.
that's what happens, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's they don't have the information of the technology, so
Mm.
they don't get it. And
And most of them, because
most people don't even know what being in key even means, bro.
and some of them don't even
Yeah.
care. As long as they get paid at the end of the
Yeah.
night,
Right,
whatever.
Yeah.
right. They think
And
they're doing something incredible, and it sounds like trash, bro.
Boo boo, boo boo,
yeah, and I always say that like
boo
there's
boo.
different levels even with like DJing because like I'm realizing now that there's some DJs that have a musician mind. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Like a
that's
musician
me.
mind. You worried about the key, you worried about the pit, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The tempo,
Uh-huh.
everything.
yeah,
Your
Uh-huh.
breaks,
Yep.
you know,
That's
that's
what.
all that's a
That's why
yeah,
you
musician
play.
mind,
That's
and
why
you
that's
you
know?
play an
why
instrument as well. That's an instrument.
that's
In the
why
process.
that's why I take your music and I use it as an instrument. I take a lot of songs and use them as segues into another song. I might play a hook into another song, and people get mad because they're like, "Oh, you didn't play my favorite part of the
Uh-huh.
song." This is a segue, bitch. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? I'm getting
Exactly.
through these
Mm,
records. Your
Yeah.
normal DJ is gonna play 50 records that night. Imma play 400, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Imma
uh,
take these records and play 400 records.
Yep.
When they booked me the other day, they were like, "Okay, you're the headliner. You're gonna play from 1 to 2." I'm like, "Wait, what? 1 to 2? What am I gonna do from 1 to 2, bro? I'm already gonna be playing so much music, but I need at least 2 hours to express myself. I
Yeah.
need at least 2 hours to be in here and get these people on my
uh,
wavelength, you know?
right,
Uh,
right.
Doc, you
and they said, "Alright, we're going till 3 then, so let's do it."
Doc, you
Especially when 2 came around, and I was like, I just always think so there's this group, uh you know that song, "Don't Stop the Music"?
Mhm.
Yarbrough and,
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I was ending at 2 o'clock. So guess what I did?
Don't
This is just
you stop it.
yeah.
Don't you stop the music.
Okay, so at the end of that song, I was ending at 2 that day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of that song, my clever ass just came up with this I was listening to the song at the restaurant,
Right.
the day before.
Uh-huh.
At the end of that song, it says, "Just because it's 2 o'clock, don't mean that we don't have to stop."
Yep, yep.
So I looped that.
Yeah.
at 2
Okay.
o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
everybody was looking around like, "Oh, shit," you know? Like,
Yeah.
it was kinda like a
Uh,
subliminal
Yeah.
message,
Uh-huh.
you
right,
know,
right, right.
and then I mixed that, I looped that, but then I mixed it with something in key, which was, "Outstanding" by
Ah,
the Gap Band.
perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh,
You know what
Perfect.
I'm
yeah,
saying? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That goes.
So
yeah,
that beat came in
Mm-hmm.
just because at 2 o'clock, and then you hear those drums from the
Yeah.
other one. So
Mhm.
that's why it's like
Mhm.
you're using it. You're a musician as a DJ, bro. Some of us.
yeah,
Some of us don't
yeah.
have that thought. But, you know, I see a lot of DJs going online and doing those routines where they'll put a song, it's wordplay.
Right.
So they'll play a song and then it'll go into another song that has the same wordplay, you
Yeah.
know? And that's smart, you
Yeah,
know?
It
yeah, yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah,
It is.
I'm not mad about that,
And
you
that
know?
yeah,
takes
But
and
a
that
lot of
takes
people
skill too. That takes skill
that
yeah.
too.
takes skill, but then everybody starts doing the same fucking wordplay, and it's
Exactly.
boring. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So you gotta be creative,
Yeah.
bro. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like I won't even like I've gotten gigs where they didn't even have the right equipment, and I turned the gig down because I'm like I'm not gonna be me, bro. I'm not. This ain't gonna be me DJing. I'm gonna be somebody else, and I'm
Right,
not gonna be able to represent myself. It's just
right.
like you as an artist. If you don't have the right mic and equipment to record a song, then don't do it because you're
Don't
just
do
gonna
it.
look bad. You know, I'd rather lose money than look terrible, bro.
Yeah,
Trust me.
yeah. 100%,
There's another bag on the way somewhere, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I noticed that you made a transition, um,
Yes.
into the restaurant industry.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, what's the name of your company
Sabor
and
Cassetto Barbecue and Soul. So Sabor Cassetto
mm,
means homemade flavor
okay, okay.
and
Hmm.
barbecue and soul. So I'm hitting the Mexicans over the head with soul food. They never had collard greens in their life. And trust
Yeah.
me, my
Yeah.
my wife drinks the juice
Yeah.
all day long.
Yeah. The con- yeah, I've
Loving
seen
it.
people do that too.
And
I'm
my
like,
family
okay.
is from all over the country, so these ingredients that I have aren't from me. They're nothing I came up with, you know, they're my
Mhm.
mom, she 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 learned from my dad's, sisters, so they gave me all the recipes. My mom gave me all the recipes, and she had a lot of recipes still written on paper, bro, you know? Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That's beautiful.
So I transitioned into it, and you say restaurant, I never in my life planned to own a restaurant. It just happened. You know, every time artists, my friends, I cook for them, they're like, "Bro, you need to open a restaurant." Yeah, yeah. My whole half of my life, they've been telling me to open a restaurant, and I've been saying, "No, there's no way in the world." You know,
Right.
I just got a blessing, bro, and found the right opportunity and did it all by myself. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Me and my girl and her dad, we work at the restaurant. You know? We run
Beautiful.
we cook all the food and we run the whole show, you know?
Beautiful.
Shout out to Sandra and shout out to David.
Hey, shout
That's
out.
what's up.
Indeed, indeed.
That's just
That's
it.
crazy. See?
Hell yeah.
Many many talents, many trades,
And
like
I was going under the name Billy Bourdain for my cooking name. I was Billy Bourdain for many years. And my signature was after I would explain a dish for me, I'd go, it was Billy Bourdain. So, like, literally that whistle, like, if I didn't put that whistle in the videos, so many people would comment like, "Hey, man, this isn't legit. You're not the real Billy Bourdain. You just put the whistle in. This is AI." You know, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
definitely started something with that whistle with the Billy Bourdain, and then after that, I was so busy using the Billy Bourdain stuff and just really became a real chef cooking for people professionally, bro.
Mhm.
3 days a week we're open and I'm cooking tons of uh brisket, ribs, chicken,
Mm.
pork, like all smoked. many hours, 13
Man,
hours,
look,
7
look.
hours.
Man, the way that sound right
You
now.
making me homesick. Stop doing that.
Sheesh.
Stop.
Where are you from?
I'm from Texas. Born and
Oh,
raised.
and you already know. So
Yeah, I know.
we started off regular barbecue. I went to the University of YouTube to find out how to smoke meats. Pause.
Yeah.
So once I learned how to smoke meats, we became Texas barbecue. You know, I went down to Terry Black's and many other barbecue restaurants in Texas and studied it. First of all, I'm in Texas once a year at South by Southwest. So
Yeah.
during the music stuff, I was
A-time.
I was leaving on the side, like when the homies were at the bar. I was like, let me go check out this barbecue, bro. I gotta ask some questions.
Yeah.
So, you know, so I learned everything from Texas on how to barbecue.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
barbecuing
You've been
and
taught by the
smoking,
gods then. I don't need to question nothing you doing, right? You've
right.
been taught by the gods.
I've been taught, yeah, I've been definitely taught by the gods. And yeah, I I don't regret it, but there's some part of me where it's just so hard, it's so much work, you know, and I can't go back. Like all the my customers come because I'm smoking these meats, pause. And like they love it. No,
Yeah.
because the Mexican barbecue spots down here don't smoke. They just grill. And there's a big difference in the flavor of the meat.
Definitely.
And there's different woods we use: pecan, cherry, oak, mesquite.
Come on.
Yeah, my boy back
Come
there.
on.
Yeah.
Come
And
on.
I feel I got a lot of Texas people that come in that love my barbecue and say I'm doing a great job, and they're just not dick riding because they don't even know me, bro.
No.
They wouldn't come
Right.
back. They wouldn't come back
But
every other
we'll
week.
tell you. But if your
That's the
stuff good,
thing.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
they
give
wouldn't
you
come
that.
back.
If it's
Yeah,
good,
they
we're
wouldn't
gonna
come
tell
back.
you.
They're gonna let me know.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
my brisket, brisket's the hardest meat to smoke in the barbecue industry. I went through about 11 or 12 before I even served it at my restaurant. My dogs ate good those weeks. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I wasn't
Yeah.
comfortable, you know, and briskets like it's so weird that people
a
take it
science.
so serious. It's a science. And I've got the science down, but it took me a while, bro. I still cut into that brisket after that 14-hour smoke, and I'm just hoping it's what it looked like. I'm hoping it's juicy. I'm hoping I got that red smoke ring on there. You know, there's things you gotta have, because if you post it, they're gonna eat you alive, bro. People from Texas, you know, they eat me up. They ate me up. Texas ate me up on I make a brisket chili, but I'm from Cali, so we put beans in our chili. They don't. So they were like, "Bruh, you're doing it all wrong. Throw that chili away in the trash." It's our chili is amazing, bro. We use we use the chili beans.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so that was funny, but yeah. Texas, man. Shout out to Texas.
Yeah.
I even got a sign out front, those flags. It says Texas barbecue in Mexico.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah,
Growing up Texas, we've always had close ties with. I mean, us obviously being a part of
Mexico,
Mexico.
you're right there on the border.
We're right
Yeah.
there. So yeah, all those cultures always translated throughout the years.
Yeah,
so.
and that's why when they see it, they're like, "Oh, I gotta go check this out."
Yeah.
I can't get all the way over to Texas, but if he's got Texas barbecue, then I'm gonna know what he's doing. I'm gonna, you know,
Yeah,
and
they
I
coming
know who
back.
they are. The Mexicans will come in like, "Hey, sir, you got any burn-ins?"
Yep.
I look at him like,
Yep.
"This motherfucker must have been to Texas."
Yep. Yep. Yeah, buddy. Already,
That's dope.
baby.
That's super dope, man.
And another funny thing is, I have a DJ that's from Houston. He DJs. He lives down here now.
Okay.
And he loves brisket, and I tell him, "Bro, I had never heard of brisket before I started going to Texas. Like in California, we don't know brisket. We know tri-tip. Tri-tip all day in Cali." And he didn't know what tri-tip was. He's like, "What's tri-tip?" And I'm like, "You don't know what tri-tip is?" But it's the same. You go to Compton and ask a kid, "Hey, have you ever had brisket?" He's gonna be like, "What the fuck is brisket?"
Yep.
"Have you had tri-tip?" "Yeah, my aunt made it last night." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing.
So we don't know brisket in Cali, but hey, we do
yeah.
now. We know it in Mexico now too. And the Mexicans don't even know they have. It's a certain cut. It's the chichis of the cow. It's the breast right here. That's
Exactly.
it's called in Spanish. It's called pecho.
Yeah.
I was walking through my meat distributor one time, and the dude that owns a pizza place saw me carrying this big ass piece of meat. He's like, "Yo, bro, what is that?" I said, "This is brisket." He's like, "We got brisket in Mexico?" I'm like, "Yeah, but you don't know how to make it."
Right.
You know?
You know
Right.
what's so wild about that is see the culture difference just between a piece of meat or whatever and what it's called, depending on where
Right.
you are geographically. And look,
Uh-huh.
watch this, Billy Knight. I currently geographically live here in Cleveland, Ohio, right now.
Okay. I'm gonna let you know
That's
real
where I
quick.
live right
I
now.
was born in Toledo.
Oh wow, I'll be
Yes.
damn.
Born in Toledo and went right to Cali when I was 1 years old. Mom Dukes bounced.
Hey,
All
see,
my
Key.
family lived in Toledo.
Hey, see, Key. Those West Coast Ohio ties we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
Like how
Yep.
prominent that
My
is.
dad's from Detroit.
Yep.
Wow, that's
Same
crazy.
thing here.
Mom Dukes is in Ohio right now.
That's crazy. That's
She
crazy.
lived in Cali her whole life, but she moved back there recently.
Yeah, that's what's up.
5
Well,
years ago.
you know what we gonna figure out.
Yep.
I bet some of your peoples probably know some of my peoples in Ohio.
Have to, bro.
That
That's
Hey,
the
part.
crazy part.
my family's
That
the
part.
Joneses, bro. Everybody knows the Joneses.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But not to get too far off topic, but
Yep.
staying on the subject of brisket, you know what they call brisket up this way?
What?
Corned beef.
No. Don't do me like that, bro.
That's all it is. All it is all corned beef is brisket. It's just how they cure it.
It's how they cure
And
it. Well,
how they cure
Okay.
it and how they eat it ultimately or whatever. But it basically it's the same part of the doggone
it
cow.
really is. And
It's
you know
brisket.
what? What's crazy is in my cooler right now, I'm
Mhm.
curing a brisket and making salami. You make brisket out of
Yes, brisket.
salami.
Do the same. Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
I mean,
okay.
excuse me, pastrami. I get
Pastrami.
the
Yep. Pastrami. Yep.
pastrami is brisket, bro. So
Mm-hmm.
I get salami and pastrami mixed up all the time. Shit.
Yeah, I do too because they're so similar.
Yep.
In my opinion, similar in flavor also.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. For
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, man. But
Man,
it's crazy how that comes full circle, man. And it's all brisket.
It's all
it's
brisket.
crazy.
It's all brisket.
Yeah. It's
Hell
not
yeah.
Mm,
chuck roast. It's not chuck roast. It's brisket.
That part.
crazy.
That part. Hell yeah.
So, what would be your advice for like an up and coming like R&B recording artist? I guess you could say in
Like
2026.
like I said,
Or
bro.
a R&B DJ, mind you.
Like
Oh,
I said, yeah,
both.
like that. Well, for an artist, let's start with an artist first.
Okay.
Because I don't know too many DJs that just play R&B. Um, Now, it's just we can play whatever, we have the
Yeah.
technology. Now, there's some that do it better than others, yeah, of course. But as far as an artist, like I mentioned earlier, you need to get back into songwriting that's heartfelt that people can like when they hear that song, that's something that they went through, whether it was a
Mm-hmm.
breakup, whether they lost a family member, stuff that people can feel, bro. There's no feeling in the music anymore. Like, I'm not trying to like lay in bed and listen to an R&B artist talk about what car he's driving, the bottles he just popped at a club, like the
Yep.
same references that hip hop artists use.
Right,
It's
right, right,
all
right,
that's all they're doing, you
right.
know? Um, and it's like it's cool, but it's not what people like we have to get back into teaching the youth because this is all they know what's going on right now. We
Right.
have to get back into teaching the youth what R&B even means, you know?
Mm, I
Soul,
agree. I agree.
and
Mhm.
that's not what we're teaching them. We're just teaching them turn up ratchet R&B. You know? Um, we're not teaching them like when artists that were out, even yourself, like,
Mm-hmm.
you were trying to be like artists before you, even it
Right.
was in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
the 70s and the 80s,
Yep.
and to emulate the things that they were talking about, and
Yep.
that's something that the R&B artists these days take stuff from the 90s and try to just the beats, but they
Right.
didn't take the lyrics. You know, they're not using the lyrics from the 80s and the 90s and making music and, you know, but a lot of the times they feel like they're talking about what they're going through.
Right. They're
And
going through.
and that's what they're going through, popping bottles and
Mhm.
bitches and, you know, that's just what
Yeah.
that's just what
Yeah.
they're on, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
But I feel for one, we need to get back into like sexy songwriting, emotional music,
Oh,
and a group.
Yeah.
We don't have any groups, bro.
Mm-mm. And
In
you
the
don't have to
90s,
be vulgar to do that either.
no, you know, groups are hard
right.
to come by these days because everybody is just over there. You know,
Yeah.
you to keep 4 people together is not easy because the attention span these days is even my attention span. I don't even watch TV anymore because it's too long.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go
You need the minute clip, you need the
right.
minute
I'd
reels.
rather have a clip of a show and watch
Yeah.
that throughout the day. You know what
Damn.
I'm saying? Let me go back
Yeah.
to another clip, you know? Even with these interviews, you know, it's now I tell even with the music videos, I tell artists, bro, nobody's watching a music video. You got to clip it up. Clip it up. If
Mhm.
they like it that much, they're gonna go
They'll go
watch
to
the
go watch the
whole thing.
video. Yep, that's right.
Yeah, but clip
Yeah.
it up and get them interested.
Yeah, because
You
that's what
know,
I do. I watch a clip. If the clip catches my attention that much, I go try to watch the whole thing.
yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
telling you in my last
Yeah.
interview. He
Mhm.
clipped it up, and we put up like 3 clips, and then everybody was like, "Damn, this guy's really talking about something." So they went and watched because the
Yeah.
numbers show it. You know,
Yeah.
I
Right.
looked at his numbers and they're there, bro. You know, so it's you know the people now. It's about attention span. Nobody has it. You know, it's everything's so
Mm,
fast, bro. Everything's so fast. They want it now. You know, all these artists, these R&B, these rap artists want instant gratification.
Mhm.
You know, they want shit now. They
That's
want
right.
right.
numbers. They want people to see the numbers tomorrow. You know,
And
they don't want to put in the work, bro.
and that's why
You
the
know,
quality is what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
exactly.
That was gonna be my next
Mhm.
follow up thing. Was do you feel like it affects the quality of like?
Mhm.
Are you like? Because I feel like we're no longer in like the album. You know,
No, you know,
we know. Yeah, like
nobody's going to some secluded home on the beach in Thailand or wherever, and I'm gonna record this album and it's gonna come out and fucking incredible. They're like, shit, I'm gonna get an Airbnb or I'm gonna get I got a hotel and a laptop and I'm just gonna do something right now and record. So there's no incense burning,
man.
there's no candles lit. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people are just making music in the car on the fly,
Yep.
you know? So the music comes out a lot different, bro. When you're across the world in a cabin somewhere with candles and incense, the music's gonna come out a little more different than if you're at the Motel 6
True.
with a thing of Hennessy.
Thank you. And a massive
Right,
hangover from the night before.
right. They're like, I just
Right,
recorded my whole EP the other night.
right.
Yeah.
Like in one night, did a whole
Exactly.
EP. Like,
Yeah.
nah, bro, you needed time. You need
Right.
time,
That
you
part.
know?
Rappers can get away with that. Rappers can
I
Yeah.
get
miss
away with
those
that. We
days. I
can't.
miss those days, man.
I don't even like rappers doing that. They like
Yep.
I got a recording studio. They come and do that here
Yep.
and they'll keep me up all night. Like that was one thing I hate going to the studio with rappers, bro.
Mhm.
They just, you know, 'cause for so long I didn't realize they were taking that pill, that shit to keep them up all night, you
Yeah.
know? I was
Mm,
just like, "How is it?" So I would be sleep, bro, and I never knew. I'd be traveling with these fools and never even knew, you
Mhm.
know? And
mhm.
they've even come here because people like to come here and record because it's peaceful, you know?
Right.
I have a nice little casita here that overlooks the ocean, the estuary, and I've had people come record. I wanted to start a little business and have, you know, my first client, I had some clients thinking about coming and doing it. I was gonna have a full studio set up, but
Yeah.
I just got busy with the restaurant, bro. You know, I
Right,
just got
right,
busy
right.
with the restaurant, but I had some ties to some people that were wanting to do it because they saw the vision, they saw what it was gonna be, and they had a
Right.
personal chef, you know, 3 meals a day. I had a whole package ready to go, bro.
Well,
And then the restaurant happens. So
I
yeah,
feel you.
but it's never too late. Once I get
Never
the
too late.
restaurant on autopilot, then maybe that's something else I could venture into.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this what's up.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy,
yeah.
crazy, crazy. You
Yeah.
got any last shout outs that you want to give?
Hey
And
man, I
then
want
and
to shout out my girl Sandra, DJ Sandra. She DJs too.
oh,
Sabor Cassetto
dope.
Barbecue and Soul. Everybody, bro. You know what I mean? Like all the artists coming up,
Mhm.
stay focused, spend your money with the right people. If you're gonna spend money, if you don't have a big budget, don't even do nothing. Wait until you get some money so you can keep the momentum going. I tell
Okay.
all the artists, you $2,000, bro, ain't gonna do nothing. Get a bag, take that bag, hire somebody to do some services for you and let that momentum sprinkle throughout the months. You don't need to do everything at once because people are watching you. So they don't know how much money you're spending. They don't know how many relationships you have, but all they do is see you working. And that's all they care about, bro. They want to rock with you because they see you working. So I really highly suggest, you guys, I have a company called One Umbrella. We can do anything that an artist needs, literally anything. It does take money, and everything's not about money. My team, if we like the music that much, then we're gonna go all out. And we're
Mm,
we're we're even willing to put up a bag and match your bag. So if you have 5,000, we'll put in up 5,000,
That's what's up.
and then for
mm.
10,000, we can make some moves.
That's
You
what's up.
know, so there's
Right,
di-
right,
there-
right.
there's just different ways, and the people I work with, I've been working with um, for many, many years, 20 years. I don't work with new people. I don't work with new artists.
Mm-mm.
All my artists that I work with are
They're
referrals.
solidified already.
Well, you could be a new artist, but you
Yeah.
have to be referred
Yeah, I
by
got you.
someone that
Yeah.
knows me.
Yeah.
I won't,
Okay.
I don't take the 10-hour phone calls anymore like I used
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You know,
You're not
I
getting
had
Willie. You're not taking Willie Bobo off the street like just off a headshot.
well,
Nah, yeah.
I will take Willie Bobo, but Willie Bobo's aunt had to go to high school with me.
Mm-hmm. I feel
Or
you.
something
Got you.
like
I
know
feel
Got
me.
you.
you.
Like
Right.
like she had to tell me, Billy, I got Willie Bobo, my nephew.
Yep.
Can you help him out? Okay, let's do it.
Uh-huh.
But all these dreamers that hit me and
Yeah.
just want to pick my brain and keep
Yeah.
me on the phone for hours, I
Yeah.
literally tell them, bruh, in the next 10 minutes, the meter's gonna start running.
That part.
So it's gonna be this amount, every 10
Yeah.
minutes. And some
Exactly.
people are like, yeah, I'll pay for it, bro. I want it. But I don't really do consultations like that
I feel you.
anymore just because I
Hmm.
don't have time.
Right.
But people respect my time and
Yeah.
and it- and
You'll
and that's
consider it.
cool,
I
you
got you.
know?
Hmm.
Because I have a lot of game from people that I came up under. It's nothing that I know, it's
Hmm.
something I learned. You know what I mean? So, and
Got
I'm
wired.
not I don't mind telling people the game because I want this culture to advance, bro. I don't want them to be stuck back on the same old shit and not have the information, bro. Like we
Right.
need to give these young people the information so they stop doing dumb shit. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like
Mm.
and stop cutting corners, you
That
know?
Right.
part.
And the cutting corners even with the DJ stuff, bro. Your
Mm-hmm.
guys are cutting too many corners. We
Yeah.
paid dues. We carried fucking crates of records.
Yeah.
We carried fucking earthquake speakers, you know?
Yeah.
We had to go
Mm.
to a record store. We weren't
Yeah.
we weren't in our underwear getting records off the internet. You know what I
No.
mean? So
No.
they just really have to respect that,
Mm.
and if you respect that, you're gonna be a better DJ, bro.
That
At the
part.
end of the day, if you respect the OGs, you're it's like your kids. If a kid that listens to older music, he has an old soul, and he
Exactly.
respects music. He
Right.
respects old R&B, bro. And when I see kids that are listening to Smokey Robinson and shit, I'm like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
dog." Like,
It's
he has a
amazing.
Yeah.
he
I
has an
always say
old
somebody
soul.
raised them right. Somebody raised
Yeah,
them right. And they
somebody
doing
raised
it.
them right. It's not like,
Yep.
"Yo, but that's old, that music's outdated." No, bro,
No.
Right.
listen to what the artist is singing about, you
Mhm.
know? Maybe you could learn something,
That
but
part.
that's
She.
it. Yeah, that's
Mm.
that's about it, bro. It's
Yeah.
you know, and anytime you guys want to call me up, you guys want to come to Mexico, you guys want to do an interview, if you guys want to help you get somebody for an interview, just let me know. I'll do what I can.
Sure.
Hey,
You know,
appreciate that. Appreciate it.
I'm always here. You know what I'm saying? So anything I could do to help, bro. Um,
Yeah.
and I miss the artist searches as well, you know, in San Diego.
Oh.
I miss seeing
We didn't even get to talk about that, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we could talk about that on the next one, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
For
Yes,
Um,
indeed.
sure. For sure.
you know, but yeah, that's where I met you. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure I met you at the artist search, and it was a
Yep.
cool thing. We had a cool thing
Was.
going, you know? Even
Yep.
though, you know, it's like it was weird. It was like cool, but then it wasn't, you know, because nobody trusted it, you know?
Yeah, two
Nobody
sides, yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
nobody knew. Like that's why I was paying
Yeah.
A&Rs to be up there. So it wasn't just me and my friends saying, "Give him the $500."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It was like, "No,
Yeah.
I'm bringing some people in to give you the
That's
$500."
right.
And a lot
Yeah.
of people didn't understand that. They
Yeah.
thought it
Yeah.
was just, "Oh, Billy probably took 250 of the 500 and gave the artist." Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, bro, that wasn't my intentions.
You know
Right.
My
what it is too? It's like it was like that
It was new though. It was new.
it was new
but you
it
know,
was
do you
new
want
And
me
to
to
you
tell
and
you?
you know
yep.
how they
Yeah,
go
it
do
was
with
new,
new
but
sometimes.
you know why I did that, bro? I didn't do that to try to make money.
Uh-uh.
I did that to try to meet
Exposure.
every artist in San Diego to build my company One Umbrella.
Mhm.
I had behind the scenes intentions, bro. I was getting you guys' numbers. I was sending emails. I was trying to get your business, bro. And I figured if you
Uh,
brought all these artists to one space, I
Mhm.
could find out who they were and their information. And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't know that. That's how I started One Umbrella from the artist
Mhm.
search.
see? See?
Yeah. And that's how
Mhm.
I landed Dami Young, my first artist.
The
Shout
homie.
out Tommy.
Shout out
Yeah.
Dami, man, wherever you are, brother.
Yeah.
100. The
So
homie,
that
Dami Young.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
that was my yeah, that's that was my intentions,
That's
bro, of
my
the artist
guy.
search. It
Yeah.
wasn't it was never about money for me. It was about relationships. How am I gonna meet all these people from Oceanside to Southeast San Diego?
And that
That
was
was
crazy. Now, see, I'm looking
Hell
back,
yeah.
like, why you saying that? I'm
Hell yeah.
thinking back, I'm like, that is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is it. You know,
Yeah.
because it put everybody in one room.
yeah.
Everybody was networking. I met a lot of people through there. Like,
Yeah,
so it's just
Yeah.
like,
everybody met a lot of people. Everybody
Yeah.
got to make records together.
Mhm.
Like I said, I met Dami, bro. I put a lot of time and effort
Yeah.
into Dami Young.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, things didn't happen. We were almost there, bro.
I
We
know.
were just, we were there, but
Yeah.
yeah,
life happened.
Yep.
Family for Dami Young,
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
that's more important. At the end of
Yep.
the
right.
day, you know,
Mhm.
he wanted to be a regular, have a regular job, and you know, not have the
Be a
struggle
dad.
of being a he
Be a
wanted to be a
dad.
dad, first of all, and I respected it. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah,
we didn't have the money, bro. His wife was making us peanut butter and jelly sandwiches so we could drive to LA and have something to eat. His girlfriend at the time. There's a I could do a whole documentary on
I
Dami
know
Young.
you could. I remember some of that grind too. I remember some of
You
that
know,
grind too,
because
man.
we were on the grind, bro,
Yeah, for sure.
and I use my money, you
Yep.
know, and
Mhm.
we both and Dami was working. He was a
Oh
hard
yeah.
worker,
Yes,
and
he
he was a
was.
great artist, bro. He was a
Yes, he
great
was.
artist,
Yes, he
you
was.
know.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 And
That's
we
And
had a lot of great artists there that I met at the artist search, including you, bro. You
right.
know, and rest in peace to Chauncey, man.
salute,
You know
man.
what I'm
Brother
saying,
Maynard, yeah, yeah, man. Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
you know,
Another thing I was to say, before we get out of here, before I forget, can you
yeah.
give everyone your social media handle or where they can find you?
It's DJ Bill. Everything's DJ Billy Knight. DJ BilleKnight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
New
my Instagram.
new
Oh,
new
well, go
hand
ahead.
new handle coming soon. Pastor Billy Knight
Yeah,
soon.
after.
New handle
Yeah,
coming soon.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. You know, I be at these, but you know what? I feel good, bro, because I have the knowledge.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Why
And we need it.
why not
Everybody
spread the
need it.
knowledge? I go
Exactly.
speak at these seminars, bro,
Yeah.
and after I feel so good because all these people come up to me and was like, "Hey, yo, you like touched my heart with what you said. Like, we did a lot of things wrong in the music industry, and this is what you told us. If we would have been at this seminar 10 years ago, we would have probably done things the right way.
Exactly.
But it's too late now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have all the answers, bro. The answers I do have are real and things that I went through. I got burned plenty of times.
For sure.
Burned like an artist burns, a manager like, burned. But I always took accountability and used my money to pay that money back that was lost. Always. Nobody could ever tell you I burned them, bro, because I didn't. There's always two sides to a story.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But at the end of the day, you're knowledgeable.
Right.
And that's what's being lost. That's so valuable right now. So trust me, you're necessary, man. You're definitely necessary.
Bro. We need the knowledge to give to these kids, and podcasts like this, the things that you guys are doing and the questions that you're asking are important. So keep doing what you're doing, keep answering the great questions, and get the word out, man. Spread the word. And I hope, when I repost this and I could spread the word for you guys and get some people on your platform.
For sure.
And and you got, it's about R&B, bro. I'm gonna leave you with one more thing.
Come on.
Your favorite artist used to sleep on my couch.
Okay.
You guys, well, it might not be your favorite artist, but it's a big artist. You heard of Miguel, right?
You had it right, favorite artist. You had it right.
That
He's
might
definitely
not
up
be
there.
big. I'm like, oh yeah.
He's definitely
up there.
He's definitely up there. He's in my top 10 for sure, especially currently.
And I'm not trying to get any. I'm not clout chasing. I just want you to know that everybody has a dream.
Definitely. And
That's when I had power. I had power for Miguel at the time. I was on radio. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He was a reggaeton artist.
Yeah.
But I had power.
Yeah. People forget that.
Yeah, I had power. I had power, and I was on the radio playing reggaeton.
Yep.
So he would come down from LA every week, bro. He put in the work, and then he got discovered by Usher.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
man.
Crazy.
See, that's the stuff. That's the type of stuff we look. That's why we got Vibes of Convo, man.
And you probably saw him at the thing. You definitely saw him at the artist search before he was Miguel. He was Miguel, but nobody knew who he was. He was.
I remember this.
I remember,
and I remember telling somebody, I'm like, yo, later on, I was like, Miguel used to be at the artist search. I forget who I had this discussion with. It was an argument. It turned into an argument because they was like, no way. I'm like,
no way.
I was like,
no
bro,
way.
I said, bro, you got to ask Billy Knight. I said, he used to be there. Like I saw him there.
I mean, I got pictures with them with the Air Force Ones on with the white fitted New York white fit, like dress hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and now I don't know what he's doing, but he makes good music, bro. He makes
great music.
But I just wanted to say that, not to clout, but just to inspire people.
Yeah, for sure.
Inspire people that guy was in San Diego, took the drove down to San Diego once a week, and now look where he's at in life, bro.
Exactly.
In the R&B world.
It can happen. Don't get complacent. People got put into work.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You know what? This concludes another episode of Vibes and Convo.
Hello,
man.
Hello.
Everybody, go and follow my man DJ Billy Knight.
For sure.
Man. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a part 2 some kind of way.
We gotta do a don't trip. Let's put this out and let's do a part 2. And because I got a lot to say, bro.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
I got a lot of stuff I want to tell you, even about R&B stuff, the stories that I have. Eric Bellinger. I got a lot of stories, bro. Good stories. It's all positive.
Right.
Nothing's negative. I don't do negative.
Oh no. But I got a lot of R&B nerd stuff I would like about the music. I got questions about. So.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
EB, you brought up EB. I'm like, oh,
because the thing is, you got to realize, bro. I was around all these people. I had power being on the radio, so they wanted my information. They wanted to know how to get to me because when you're on radio at 5:00 every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Every artist from
Everybody in your face.
Ice Cube, everybody, bro.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, let's do a part 2. Like once again, I really appreciate you guys and this opportunity, you know, because it gives me a chance to express myself and really let people know that don't know me and give them some knowledge and
Yeah.
let them know me
Yeah.
and have them start following me and fucking come to my restaurant
For
and
sure.
spend some money.
Come on.
Hey,
Come
well,
on.
you got a home here, Billy Knight, man. Just know you got
I
a
Yes,
home
sir.
over
appreciate
here,
you
man.
Yes,
guys.
sir. All
For
day.
sure.
And if you
All
guys got
day.
anything going on in San Diego, let me know. You know, maybe I could pull up.
Yes, sir.
Or yeah, we'll figure it out. And I've also been thinking about doing an artist search, you know, trying to bring it back, you know. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
something you guys, you know, we could do. Who knows? I'm
Yeah.
definitely I wanna get you and you guys ever come to Mexico?
I haven't been in a
Now now
while.
now
I
that
haven't
I
been
got
Been
you
recently,
here,
but
now
yeah.
that I
yeah.
got you on the line, I'm doing I'm doing an R and brunch in Playas, Mexico. I'm trying to put it together. I'm
Okay.
reaching out to the black expats. So I did
Okay.
one before in TJ and it was cracking. But I
Mm,
just it was for a girl's birthday and we did it all R&B, but I want to have you come out and sing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come out. We
okay.
could make a little show. I could pay for your expenses, get you a hotel, and let's
Oh,
put it together. But I'm
Y'all
we
hear
giving
it?
up too
Y'all
much.
hear
We
it?
giving up too
Look,
much. We
look,
gotta get
look,
off of
no, no,
here.
no. I'm
y'all
just
hear
We
it?
gotta
Look,
get
I'm
off of
here.
here. We gotta
look. He froze on my
Yeah, I
camera.
probably
He
froze on
froze.
his
Oh, he
end.
froze. Oh,
I
look, he
probably
happy.
froze
He
on his
probably done
He's
knocked
so
over something.
excited.
end.
Yeah, he's so
Exactly.
excited.
Oh my
So yeah,
God.
let me put it together, and I'll be
Yeah,
in contact with you guys, and we'll make it happen,
for
brother.
sure. For sure.
All
For
right, and
sure.
tell Keys, give my respects. And look, he froze. That's epic. When I said I want to bring you out here, I pay. When I say paid expenses, it
Yeah,
froze.
is that even
Wait,
it,
take a screen. Can you take a screenshot of this
screenshot
and send
this?
it to me?
I got you. I
You got
got
it?
you. I got you. Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
let's send that to him.
Uh
All right, man. So
huh.
hey, man, nice talking to you, and
For
let's be in
sure.
touch.
For sure, man. Hey,
All right, brother.
you be safe down there, man.
All right,
100,
thank you.
man. Keep doing what you're
You
doing.
know
Hey,
what? I love when people tell me to be safe down here,
yes, sir.
but I honestly got to tell you to be safe up there,
Oh yeah,
bro.
for sure. Hey, I tell everybody
With the
that.
war shit.
Hey,
Woo!
hey, I tell everybody that no matter what you're doing, no matter walk of life you at, no matter where you at, just be safe. Period. No matter where you are. Hey, but this concludes another
Okay,
episode
brother.
of
I'll talk to you soon.
For Sure, man. 100. Thanks, Bille Knight. Appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
brother.
I got a call. My bad.
That's all good. Handle your business, man. Hey, and this concludes another episode of Vibes and Convo. My brother Key finally made it back. It's all good, man. Hey,
Craziness. Craziness.
it's all good, man.
Yeah.
That's all right. With another good episode in the books. That's what I'm talking about, DJ Bille Knight.
Salute to everybody, man. This was an interesting one, man. Interesting.
Definitely, definitely. A lot of game.
Yeah. Bunch of that. A bunch of that. Um, yeah, man. Shout out to the chat. You know, shout out to the folks on that's gonna be watching the playback. You know, shout out, man. Uh, teams and vibes and combo, man.
For sure. Catch y'all on the next one.
Sir. We up out this thing. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
We've been trying to figure out how to end it. Hold on. All right. Who we in here?
You gotta stop recording it sometime.
It been let me.
That's the only reason I'm smiling still.
Hold on.
Good thing you can edit this part. Stop recording. Stop it.
I pressed stop on it.
Okay, it's just not
Why
showing on my
still
end.
on this phone is doing it.
Yeah, I guess it'll stop on my end at some point. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Still recording on my end, sir. I don't know if you're still there. You can hear me. But we're still recording. Gonna have to do something about that, sir. Not understanding why. Still recording. Still recording. Still says recording. And then you left me here all by myself, and there's no way I can stop recording. I should just leave. Maybe I should leave. Think I'm gonna leave. Are you gonna hop back in? I'll stay, but you can leave. Maybe I need to leave. Okay, I'm gonna leave.